Hello dear students, welcome back to NEWSPAP. Welcome back to my classes by Mohamed Azhar. First of all, I am wishing all my teachers who enlightened my journey, who motivated to be a teacher. There are many teachers in this auspicious day of celebrating National Teachers Day. I would like to name few of my teachers, especially who motivated me to come forward and speak up and also participate in wherever I could do my best. So this moment I am taking to thank all those teachers. All those teachers. I thought of naming few, but then I thought it will not be ending naming some few teachers. So it's a long list. There is a long list right from my schooling, which I started from KMUP School, Natika Beach. Right from there, after that, I went to Lemmer Public School. Then after that, I went to CSM Central School. After that, for my graduation at Farouk College, Calicut. So right from my LKG, then to my graduation. Still, after my graduation, also at many points of life, I met teachers. So I believe that teachers are beyond subjects. So as I told, after my graduation also, I was fortunate to meet a few teachers. They never taught me, but they were teachers and they influenced me, they motivated me in some way or another. So all those teachers, right from my CAM UP to the Farouk College, Calicut, and after that into my preparation, my UPSC preparation also, I had very good teachers, and still today also I have many few teachers who motivating me, who corrects me. So thank you to all those teachers who corrected me, who scolded me, who motivated me to come forward and to inspire more students like you. So once again, happy Teachers Day to all the teachers over here. If someone is listening to my class, yes, saluting you for your commitment and dedication. So welcome to the discussion again. So now today let's start today's discussion. So before going to today's discussion, today is Teacher Day, and I request you to subscribe to our channel. And in the channel, I have parallelly started putting shorts or reels, I don't know, which is applicable to Instagram, which is applicable to YouTube. But both in Instagram and YouTube, I started putting this short videos to put it on a comprehensive thing. So I started this short videos. The idea is that in 1 minute, I am trying to give you a few idea, few content, a few add-on, a few value additions, which you could use it in your life also, in your examinations also. I am repeating, in your life also, in your examinations also. Okay, so stay tuned to the channel. Please keep supporting the channel, and here we go. So the first article is regarding India-Brunei relationship, and the article is telling PM takes aim at China in Brunei, says India not for expansionism. So India is telling that, see, our priority is development, not expansionism. So we are pointing out, not specifically we have pointed out a country, but we are hinting to a country that is very evident, that is China. Because China's policy is expansionism. They, in the name of helping, in the name of assistance, they are actually expanding their hold across the globe in many parts of the countries. In many countries, they have expanded their authority, right, in the name of this assistance only. So India is here for development, not for expansion. This is the crux of this particular article. So it is very this you can use it in your mains answers. See, what India supports is development, not expansionism. So this is what Modi told in with his Brunei counterpart, but this is something that you can quote it in your answers also. Development, not expansionism. Okay, so we know that even though we have not directly mentioned, but it is pointing out to China, in China's assertive activities, especially in the South China area. We know how it is being involved in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives. So all these countries, they are actually expanding their role, their participation in these countries, and we know it sometimes may turn into a trap also. And sorry for this thing happened, electricity. Again, yesterday also in the video, the lightning was so bad due to this no supply of electricity, and now also it happened. So sorry for that. So this was the article about, and with regard to Brunei, we are actually collaborating in different, we have signed, or we are exploring more and more areas of cooperation, especially defense cooperation and long-term cooperation in the liquefied natural gas supplies, which is from Brunei. So what happened is, recently we have shifted from this Brunei oil to the Russian oil imports. So now again we are thinking back to have this this LNG supplies from Brunei. Now this Brunei importance and prioritizing Brunei, the initiatives, the collaborations with Brunei is a part of India's foreign policy, which is especially known as Act East policy. Okay, so Act East policy means India is strengthening relationship with the Southeast Asian country. So this is the article about. So in this article we have not explicitly pointed out, but there are some hint that we are giving against the expansionist policies that China is currently pursuing with some of the countries nearby, especially in the South China region. So we are focusing, our priority is development. We are here now, we are here no more for, or we are here not for this expansionist policy, but here we are for development. We assist countries, we help countries, we support countries for development, the growth, and not for expansionism. Okay, so now the next article is latest ILO study links artificial intelligence to dip in labor income. So it is very evident, we know that when the artificial intelligence is getting acceptance all over across the globe, now what is happening? So this artificial intelligence is taking the job of the people, and when the job of the people is taken by artificial intelligence, it is contributing to the dip in the income also. When there is no job, there is no income also. This is very evident relation. So this International Labour Organization, a very prominent organization, it is actually giving some hint, it's linking a study that AI is dipping the labor income. So this is the article about. So the larger idea is that you should understand how artificial intelligence is taking up the jobs and contributing to the reduction of the income. And what we can do is that, see, artificial intelligence, if for example prompt engineering this is something as an area of scope which is now getting emergence after the emergence of artificial intelligence. So these kind of jobs which actually enables the human to equip with this artificial intelligence skills and take advantage in this industries. So those kind of job training or those kind of domain should be opened. Okay, so now how this artificial intelligence impacting on the labor income? So when the global labor share of global labor is actually reducing, it will contribute to the reduction of income also. Okay, now while increasing productivity and output, so what is happening with AI? Productivity is there, okay, and output is also there, but that is being done by whom? AI only. Okay, so the productivity is increasing, output is increasing, but the income of the people are getting reduced. Okay, now the global trend, talking about the global trend, which is a very good data, you can use it in your answers. So from 2019 to 22, the labor income share has fell by 0.6%, and especially after COVID-19, almost 40% of this decline occurred during the pandemic years, which worsened income distribution. Okay, so this is a very good data, you can use it, how AI is contributing to the reduction of the income. Okay, and inequality growth, so obviously inequality growth, how it is happening? Global inequality continues to grow. How? The youth remain unemployed, are not pursuing education or training, exacerbating this problem. So there is growth happening, okay, because of this artificial intelligence or technology, but growth inequality growth is happening. The growth is happening, but it is unequal. Why? Because people are not having income. Okay, now what is ILO is warning? So ILO is warning for strict policies. We should have some policies that ensure that the benefits of this technological progress or artificial intelligence is shared fairly. Okay, and also equitable growth should be ensured. Equitable growth should also be ensured. And there is also other observation that is made: slow progress on sustainable development goals. India's sustainable development goals progress is little bit slow. That has also been observed by the ILO. Okay. Now the technical terms is also explained. So dear students, the idea of giving this technical terms I have already mentioned. It's the main idea is to increase your subject vocabulary or subject specific vocabulary. Okay, so understanding this terms with regard to this article, so your vocabulary will be enhanced. So that is the idea of explaining these technical terms. So the next article, subclassification verdict through Ambedkar ideals. Okay, now what is the subclassification? In the there is one judgment which happened recently. In that judgment, actually, with regard to scheduled caste, Supreme Court is okay for the subcategorization. So subcategorization means, so there are scheduled caste, right? There are scheduled caste. There are, for example, 4 scheduled caste. So among these, inside this scheduled caste, there are some caste. Okay, there are some caste which require special attention. Okay, because there is inequality or inequitable distribution of assets among these scheduled caste itself. So we need that subclassification of scheduled caste. So that was the idea. This was demanded by a section of the scheduled caste for a long time, and it was opposed also. Now the idea is that it is having this subclassification verdict by the Supreme Court. It is having some similarity through Ambedkar's ideal. So we know who was Ambedkar. So how Ambedkar? So Ambedkar was a person who advocated for social and civil justice for the oppressed group. Okay, and he also emphasized one thing. See, there is caste hierarchy, and also there are internal divisions. So among the lower caste itself, there are internal divisions. Okay, so that was the idea of Ambedkar's vision. So similar to that Ambedkar's vision, Supreme Court also come up with that particular observation, and the verdict was there that it supported the subclassification of reservations within the scheduled caste category. So the idea is that there are scheduled caste. Among those scheduled caste, inside those scheduled caste, there are some caste which need more attention, which need more support. Okay, so this is the idea of subcategorization. Okay, now there were some criticisms also from various groups. That will happen obviously, and when talking about the regional differences, so in North India, many of the Dalit group have shown some concerns, but in South India, most of the Dalit communities have largely supported this subclassification. Okay, so this was the idea, and there were some grassroots movements which happened long back, from 2004 we could see this. Many judgments have happened also, many programs they have bought. So this subclassification, subcategorization was in news since long, it was the demand since long. So now the Supreme Court has forwarded it. Now the idea you should understand is that how it is linked to the Ambedkar idea, Ambedkar's ideology of this caste or caste classification. So Ambedkar, a great advocate of empowering this classes, backward classes, he also suggested having this kind of subcategorization also. Okay, and the other idea is that, see, in India this scheduled caste is not homogeneous. No, like every scheduled caste are having they are not having the same status. Okay, among these scheduled caste system, there are some scheduled caste which are less equipped with the resources. Okay, so for them they need the subcategorization. Okay, now so this is the article about, and now the technical terms are also given, you can go through. Now next article is regarding from editorial page, World Bank growth prognosis for India moved some policy shifts. So this is regarding the World Bank. Recently yesterday we discussed that the World Bank, it has actually predicted the GDP growth rate was 6.6% earlier this year. Now they have come up to predicting to a 7% level. Okay, and which was even equal to the predictions of IMF and ADB also. Okay, now in this report, the IMF, and see, one prelims perspective thing you should understand here, this India Development Update. Okay, so who is publishing it? World Bank. Okay, this is important for prelims perspective. So there are some external risk and inflation concerns, like global risk are there, which is applicable to this supply chain disruptions, and also monetary policies. Central banks may hold interest rate higher for longer, further impacting global growth also. So when the banks are holding the interest rate higher, what happens? The loan taking tendency of the people will be low. It is actually contributing to the impacting global growth also. Okay, now so this is the article. So what was the suggestions by World Bank is that, see, there are few suggestions that have been given. So one thing was that India's global trade share. So India's global trade share, it is not matching with our economy size. Okay, our country is not fully capitalized like China's this model, and also there is a decline in export jobs. Okay, because why export jobs are becoming declined? Because we are shifting towards more capital and intensive, skill intensive export. Okay, now there are some policy recommendations also. We need to change our strategic trade plan. We need to reduce the tariff, non-tariff barriers or FTI curbs. So whatever limits the foreign trade, that should be controlled. There should be multilateral pacts like RCEP. We have to sign it, and some free trade agreements also we should initiate it. So this article is talking about the World Bank predictions of 7.2% better than the earlier prediction which happened in the initial phase of this year. So there were some other observations also which made with regard to the country and as globally too. And now here they have given some policy recommendations too, that is strategic trade plan, multilateral pacts and free trade agreements also. Now coming to the next article, gap between allocations for health outcomes in states. So this is talking about the budgetary allocations with regard to the health sector as in the union budget and how the states are using these funds. And it is actually talking about two important schemes, Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission and Human Resources for Health and Medical Education. So these two missions you have to take a note of it. Okay, so what are these two schemes are actually aiming at? It's strengthening the health infrastructure and also medical education in India. Okay, but there are some challenges like low fund utilization, shortage of medical faculty, medical teachers. So these problems are there even though the fund has been utilized. Okay, the fund is not utilized, fund is devoted, fund is allocated, but it is not properly utilized. Okay, so the states are responsible to use this fund which is allocated by the central government, but there is some kind of problem in executing this fund. Okay, and there are the major schemes which have been discussed in the article. One is PM ABHIM or Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, which talks about the infrastructure, and also the next scheme is HRHME, Human Resource for Health and Medical Education, which is focuses on increasing medical personnel or staff for this medical colleges. Okay, and the challenges in fund utilization, there is a good data here, good statistics here. The central government spending on both of this scheme has been very low. Actually 29% of this allocated funds were only used in 2022-23. Rest of the fund, what is the problem? It is the problem with the states. Actually they are not utilizing it in the right way. It is not being utilized, underutilized. So this underutilization contributes to the low efficiency of the health sector in the country. Okay, and also in medical colleges there is a faculty shortage, the teachers are in short. Okay, 40% shortage is reported in AIMS at itself. So AIMS, we know how much relevance AIMS is having in our health sector in the country. Okay, so this article talked about the problem in utilizing the fund allocated by the sender, especially with regard to the two schemes. Okay, so especially it talked about the education part also, health education system also, and also the infrastructure also. Okay. Now the next article is regarding what do we know about ANIIDCO. So from the name you can guess it, Andaman and Andaman-Nicobar. It's a project related to Andaman-Nicobar. So Andaman-Nicobar Islands Integrated Development Corporation. It is a project of rupees 72,000 crore promoted by Niti Aayog, which include a transshipment port, airport, tourism, township and a power plant. So, but there are some environmental concerns regarding this particular Andaman and Nicobar Islands, because it will impact even the tribe who are settling in this particular Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which was in news for multiple reasons. Okay, there was which was in news for multiple reasons. Okay, so this overview of this program, you should have an idea. It was incorporated in 1988. So the whole idea is to develop and commercially use the natural resources which is available in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, they include trading petroleum, liquor, managing tourism and infrastructure for fisheries. But the problem is that it will impact the environment, it will impact the indigenous tribe also, and this area is a tectonically active area. Disaster can happen anytime. So for all these reasons, there are environmental concerns, but somehow this project got the environmental clearance also. So this was a concern actually. So for your understanding from prelims and mains perspective, one, you should understand the importance of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. With regard to the tribe or demography, we could say, with regard to geography, how it is very prone to this disasters. Okay, so all these things you should understand, and this is the last article that we need to discuss from today's article. So dear students, we are winding up for today. Once again, I'm wishing you, all my teachers, a very happy Teachers Day. I know I'm little belated. I'm wishing you very belated, but still I'm happy to wish you. And dear students, yeah, I'm also a teacher, but you sustain the teacher in me, you motivate the teacher in me, you fuel the teacher in me, and I'm looking forward to be a better teacher each day. So thank you all my students, thank you all my teachers, and with this we are winding up for today's discussion. Be happy, meet you tomorrow. Happy learning, enjoy learning, and this is me signing out from my classes. Bye bye.